Nobody likes doing this job. I hate doing this job. If you've watched my videos before, you know this. I can't stand doing this, but it's that time of year again. I'm having some issues, so we're gonna go ahead and tackle it, and we're gonna tell you. Okay guys, so I finally found a product that I'm happy with for removing the old sealant as well as prepping the surface to reapply the new sealant. Now I've used some stuff in the past with mixed results, and this stuff I'm just really happy with. You can see it breaks up the old silicone and the old sealant really easy. Now today I'm going to be trying some new stuff out. We're going to be talking about a new product that I'm going to be using to reseal the camper. You see me removing old Proflex RV sealant right here. I'm going to review how that's held up over time. It's been about 3 years, and you might have seen my old video. And that stuff has worked out okay. We're going to talk about that, how it did, pros and cons, what I thought about it. And again, we're going to mention some new products that I'm going to use today for removing the sealant and a new product for applying the sealant. So stick around because this is an important one. Water damage, the biggest enemy of your RV, and it's an important thing. Nobody likes doing this job. I hate doing this job. If you've watched my videos before, you know this. I can't stand doing this, but it's that time of year again. I'm having some issues, so we're going to go ahead and tackle it, and we're going to tell you how to do this properly to protect your RV. Hey everybody, welcome back to Why Wait. I'm Chris, and today we are talking about resealing the RV and trying to prevent and stop water damage. RV's worst enemy, water, whether it's humidity inside the RV or leaks, whatever it may be. Trying to keep these things tight, keep the water from seeping in is extremely important. Now, you may have seen one of our older videos where I talk about the process of doing this, a few products we use. Back then, I was using Proflex RV sealant to reseal all of the edges around, the windows, the seams, the lights, the baggage doors, all those areas. Today, we are not talking about the roof. On the roof, I have used lap sealant in the past, Alpha Systems or a D-Core self-leveling lap sealant. I've also done the modification where I've used Eternabond tape. If you want to go check that video out to see how to do your roofs, I'll put links up to that video. Now, as I mentioned in the past, any areas around the RV that needed to be resealed, I removed the old silicone and I replaced it with the GeoCell Proflex RV sealant. This has held up okay. It's been about 3 years, which, guys, honestly, this is just something that every 3 or 4 years, depending on whether the RV is out in the elements and the UV rays, that you're just going to have to do no matter what product you're using. And it's always recommended to go around the RV and inspect and see what areas are starting to crack, peel, pull up, so that when you go to do this project, you know what areas need to get done. As I was going around inspecting some of the areas on my RV, I noticed that the Proflex RV sealant was starting to get a yellowish color to it. It was starting to become really hard. It was starting to crack. It was starting to flake off. And some areas were even really starting to get a real mildewy greenish look to it, which is a little bit different from what I noticed with the original silicone that came with the RV. So it was time to go ahead and break it down and rip it off. Now, as we go through this video today and we talk about some of the new products that I'm using and some of the new things I'm trying out, we're going to be talking to DUSTIN Simpson. He is an RV tech that owns his own RV repair shop out in Northern California. He also has a YouTube channel called The RV Specialist. He has great stuff on his channel. It's real cut and dry, straight to the point. It's all the things that they do in the actual repair shop, the problems they come across, the products that they use. So there's been times in the past where I like to get in touch with them and see what they're using in the RV shop when I have a project to do. So we're going to be jumping back and forth between some of the footage of the conversation I had with him about this exact project right here and me showing you how it's working out on my RV. First thing I want to talk about is removing your old sealant. It's a process that's actually going to take longer than probably reapplying the new sealant, and it's one that has to just, be done correctly, take your time doing it, make sure everything's cleaned up and prepped properly before applying the new sealant. Now, I like to either take a plastic putty knife, or sometimes I even take a metal putty knife and I use that very carefully not to scrape into the RV, but I do use it in certain applications when I want to get some of the old dried up sealant off. You just have to use common sense when applying the proper pressure to do this. Now, in the past, I would use other chemicals to help me remove some of this, some not so successful, but talking to DUSTIN SIMPSON, and what they use in their actual repair shop is this product from Kint's Automotive, this Acrosol.
Is this what you actually use when you're removing some of the old silicone to help out with the process of scraping it off and everything?
We'll basically go through and scrape off anything that you can get off that's heavy on the coach off, and then use very minimal of that. So we've got customers that will come in and they'll buy 2 or 3 cans of that, and we'll use a whole can like that just to do one body. That stuff also works good on removing the glue from the decals. If you've ever gone up and cleaned up on the Dicor or the Alpha Sealant up on the roof, afterwards brand new too. So just don't pour it on the roof, put it on like a terry cloth towel and wipe it on, and it'll make it look like brand new again.
So DUSTIN told me this is what they actually use in their repair shop when they're doing any sort of job like this. Now, this is actually Ford OEM approved and GM OEM approved. This is usually used on automotive, so this is, high quality, extremely safe for painted body surfaces, your RV surface, fiberglass, and anything like that. And not only is this stuff awesome for just removing, the silicone to do this job, this stuff has done an amazing job at removing any sort of stick, glue, decals, and things like that. And the great thing about it is I purchased this right on Amazon, so that's where you guys can find it. They also, I believe, have it in spray cans. So we'll have some links in the video description down below where you can purchase some of this stuff and everything else that we talk about today. So as you guys can see, I've been basically taking some of this Acrosol, I've been putting it on a rag or a microfiber cloth, and I'll go ahead and rub down my old silicone, or in this case some of the Proflex RV sealant, get it a little bit wet and saturated with this product, and then I'll go through with the plastic putty knife and start to remove it. Some of it just easily you can grab it and just peel a big section off. There's going to be other areas where there's going to be some residue left, and you're going to have to use that scraper to kind of get in there and scrape it off. But the important thing is to just go ahead and take your time, do a good job, try to remove everything. And what's awesome about this product is after you remove the old sealant and you have it looking pretty good, you can just go ahead and reuse this product to clean up any dirt, or just get the surface prepped and clean for the new sealant. It's kind of an all-in-one. You don't have to go and get another product when it's time to apply the new sealant and clean it up with say mineral spirits or an acetone or something else. You can just use this one product to remove the old sealant and prep the surface for the new sealant that we're going to apply.
Obviously, most of the camper is done in a silicone sealant on the sidewalls and everything around there. I've removed a lot of that in years past, and I've replaced it with the GeoSil, the Proflex RV sealant. It boasts about being more flexible, this and that. It's been about 3 years, and I'm starting to notice some of that is getting actually pretty kind of hard and dried up, a little sun-baked looking, a little flaky, and kind of yellowish in certain spots. So I've been removing that, and now I'm going to try to replace it this year with the Lexel clear sealant.
So GeoSil actually makes 3 different versions of sealant for the RV bodies. They make basically the Proflex is the most popular because they advertise that a lot.
Okay.
But like you said, it dry, discolors, it deteriorates, it gets hard, it's yellow, it flakes. Does exactly that, and it's a pain in the ass to get that off.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they make 2 other versions. They make another version that's a silicone that has a little bit more adhesive to it, and then they make another one that's almost just like 100% silicone, but it's stronger than like you go get it like Home Depot or Lowe's.
Okay.
GeoSil's owned by Sherwin-Williams. See how there's a sealant up here?
Yep.
That's the sealant primarily that we'll use, and then there's a different version, and then I think, and then this version, this is typically what you're using now, that Proflex.
Yep.
So this is what the new packaging is going to look like. But
okay.
That's that's hard, almost like a toothpaste kind of quality. You can't run a big long run of it and come back and knock it down.
I did notice that it was harder to work with when I was putting it on a few years ago. And I just started using some of the RESEAL product, and that actually was a lot easier to work with. I've noticed when I'm trying to smooth it out and make even just make a bead with the caulking gun with the RESEAL was easier. And I've used RESEAL inside and been pretty happy with it, so I figured I'd try it outside. Some people had recommended that.
And there's a lot of products out there. So things that are kind of common to that GeoCell Proflex is dichlor cap sealant. It's like the same consistency.
Okay.
But none of my guys like that. I mean, you're going to put that on something that you know is not going to move. So if you need to adhere it to prevent it from vibration or movement, that's what that Proflex is kind of designed for.
What would you say you guys use the most then around on
the I would say Boss silicone and then the GeoCell silicones, those two brands.
Okay.
So you got to watch the date codes too on them, because sometimes we'll even run out of them on a distributor level, and we'll go buy them on Amazon for our own use, and we'll get them and they're already expired.
Well, that's what's funny. I don't think a lot of people don't realize, but a lot of this I noticed has a date shelf life on it. So even if you bought some extra, it's been sitting down in the RV, even if, an unopened tube, you realize, oh, like this is already like past its shelf life date. Yeah.
It just won't adhere good enough. You'll put it on, it'll lay down, and then after a few months, it can just come right off.
Okay.
Now, as you guys heard talking to Dustin, there's definitely some products that he is using at his shop that I haven't checked out yet. I think I want to go ahead and look into some of those in the future. Some interesting stuff there on different types of, just Proflex RV sealant. And I didn't even know that they had basically 6 types of sealant that they make themselves. So the one that obviously I was using was a little bit more of the hard, kind of brittle one. I'm kind of interested in that silicone one they make. But for today, we're using the RESEAL. Now, I've used RESEAL in the past inside my RV, in the shower, around kitchen sinks. I used the clear RESEAL. I've actually been really happy with that inside. It doesn't seem to really build up any kind of mold or mildew. The application is very easy. And I've actually heard some of you out there reach out to me and tell me that you've used it on the outside of your RV and that it's held up really well. But one of the biggest keys is getting the cut of your caulking tube the right size. You don't want to cut too big of a tip off, and you don't want to cut just a little bit of the tip off. It's kind of getting that perfect little cut on that tip that's really going to make this project a lot easier. Just getting that just right so that you don't have too much chopped off or too little, so you can try to get that perfect bead.
Right. Any of the tubes I buy them with the removable tips, and then I'll cut my tips differently, and then some of them I'll actually heat up with like a lighter and kind of squish them a little bit or pinch them a little bit to flay them, and then I can get into really tiny places and have it just look beautiful.
Okay.
Terry's my painter, tapes up every single coach. So I mean, he tapes it up and knocks it down and then peels the tape off, and it looks just as beautiful. But if you were looking at 2 coaches side by side, you can't tell if he taped it or if I sealed it.
Okay, yeah, and it's funny you mentioned the tape, because I just tried it for the first time. I was like, let me see how it does with the tape, and I put the masking tape down. I did notice you got to get that tape off pretty quick. Yeah, and after I did it, at least working with the RESEAL, I almost noticed that I did just as good of a job, if not better, without the tape. And even without my finger, I think cutting that tip at the right size so you're not getting too much product out, but you want to get enough, but I think getting that tip at the right size and getting that nice bead where you can run it, not too many pauses, and so it has been an interesting process.
The idea is that if you can kind of get that cut just right, and when you go to apply this and you take your time, you have a good caulking gun and you run a smooth bead along, and if you can get a good constant pressure as you're moving along, not making too many stops, you won't even have to worry about taking your finger, dipping it in soapy water, using Windex or mineral spirits, and taking your finger and running it back along to get that nice smooth finished look. But if you do have to, that's okay. I still do this at times too, depending on how well I did with the caulking gun and how nice of a job I was able to kind of drag this along a seam. If I'm not happy with it or I got too much product on it, I will go ahead and I'll usually just kind of dip my finger into some mineral spirits, and then I'll go ahead and just push down that seam and run my finger down along there to go ahead and smooth it out and make it look good. And I will say that working with the Lexcel versus working with the Proflex RV sealant, I actually thought the Lexcel was a lot easier to work with. It just seemed to go on a lot easier. It seemed to come out a lot smoother. So I think in the future, if I do this again, as far as that goes, I will stick with the Lexcel. So to compare the two between the Lexcel and the Proflex RV sealant, as far as ease of working with the product, the Lexcel definitely for me was easier to work with. Now, time will only tell how will the Lexcel hold up. You guys are obviously going to have to wait a year or 2 or 3 for my review to let you know how the Lexcel has held up over time, but I promise you we will have an updated video on that. You can see what it looks like right here after about 4 months. I do like the fact that it's, it goes on very clear, it looks very clean, it has a nice finished look to it. And again, this product has held up inside my RV very well, so I have been happy with that. And the option is always there to take it to a specialist like Dustin, who does this for a living. Take it to a professional. They're going to inspect everything. They're going to go ahead and take the time to look for anything else that needs to be tightened up, replaced, any problems. So it may not be that convenient for full-time RVers like us, or if you're not into DIY projects and you feel more comfortable having a professional do it, that is a way to go, and it's always an option. If you take it to a shop, you're going to get it done right. They're going to take their time and really do a good job with it. And if you live in that part of the country, I can't recommend their shop enough. They've been around for years. They have great reviews and things like that. So if you're in the Northern California area, you can go check out their shop if this is a project that you're looking to get done. But the main thing is just to get out there, inspect it, and get it done. Guys, if you have any questions or comments, please put them down below in the comment section. I always try to get back to everybody as soon as I can. And as always, I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out the video.